Hello, I'm Alice from Tap with Alice, and in this video I'd like to share a few of my thoughts comparing EFT with Reiki. So if you don't know what EFT is, you can watch some of my other videos. It stands for Emotional Freedom Technique, and it's a method of tapping on acupressure points while we talk about our problems. Reiki, on the other hand, is a healing modality where the practitioner channels healing energy, universal energy, and makes it accessible to the person to heal them from various physical, mental, emotional, energetic ailments and illnesses. And the reason I wanted to talk about this, well, you may have noticed I'm doing a little series of videos comparing EFT with other therapies. Reiki came to my mind because I've noticed a lot of EFT practitioners also offer Reiki. So I myself have learned Reiki levels 1 and 2, but I don't practice with other people, except for the fact that I do generally work with universal energy. So if you're not into woo-woo stuff, I suggest you watch one of my other videos, which takes a more scientific approach. But I like to talk about both, because yes, it's important to know how things work, and to be sure that we're offering things that really have a solid scientific basis. And EFT does have that. At the same time, in EFT, we're using acupressure points, which are based on a long tradition of Chinese medicine going back thousands of years, where in traditional Chinese medicine, we work with qi, or energy, life force energy. And qi in Chinese is ki in Japanese, which is in the word Reiki. So Reiki is originally from Japan, but this kind of healing is accessible to anybody and has been called by different names throughout the centuries, through all different human populations have this kind of healing. In Reiki level 1, we learn channeling the healing through our hands directly onto another person. And hands-on healing is in all traditions, isn't it? In Reiki 2, we add some symbols which enhance the healing and target it for different things. And we also learn that we don't have to actually be present with the person in order to channel the healing to them. So this is obviously the mechanics of it, the physical look of it is quite different from EFT. In EFT, you're talking to the practitioner, to me, for example, while you're tapping. So I'll be tapping with my client, often online on a computer. I usually work online. I'll be tapping like this with the client. I might write something down in my other hand. I keep tapping, and the client is tapping on themselves, on their own energy points in their body while we're talking about the problem. So in EFT, the tapping is the energy work. That's what does the work. It works in an energetic sense by unblocking blockages in our chi, in our meridians. Meridians are the channels through which chi is thought to travel in our body. So that's what's happening in an energetic sense. And also in terms of the science and the biology and physiology, the tapping is what is doing the work. It's calming our amygdala in our brain so that we can calm our fight or flight response and all the cascade of hormones that come from that. So it reduces our cortisol levels. All of this has been scientifically proven. If you're interested in that, I've got other videos about the science. So the tapping does the work in EFT, and the talking directs the tapping to where we want it to go. So I think that's one of the key differences between Reiki and EFT, that EFT is very, very focused. So if you've got a specific problem, we can find the root cause, we can find the root false beliefs or the traumas that have caused you to have this behavior or this emotion that you don't want anymore, that isn't helping you anymore. And the words target the tapping to where we want it to go. It tells the brain, this is where we want this calming influence to go, or this is where we want this unsticking of the chi, of the energy, to go. Whereas with Reiki, it's often very unfocused. A Reiki treatment is very supportive, nurturing, kind of calming, relaxing. If it's an in-person treatment where the practitioner places their hands on your body or just above your body, the energy comes out of the person's hands. So it will be directed to the different body parts, but the person, the practitioner, the Reiki practitioner doesn't intend, okay, I'm going to fix this, I'm going to fix that, I'm going to send it down that channel, I'm going to send it into this chakra. I mean, they might be working with chakras and channels, but for the most part, they're just placing their hands, tuning into the energy, getting out of the way, and allowing the energy to do the work. So it's like a dance between the practitioner and the client, and the energy moving between them. The client is the one that's doing the healing. The client, their body and their energy system and their brain know where the healing is needed, and it directs it there. It might not always be exactly where you're expecting. It might not be fixing exactly what you wanted to fix, but it will be fixing something and balancing and nurturing you. So I would say that's one difference between Reiki and EFT, is that EFT is very much more specific. Reiki, of course, can be specific, but usually in the way it's practiced, it's not very specific. But I would say that they are quite similar in that they both promote homeostasis and balance in the body, because our bodies and our minds want to be healthy and happy. That is our default position. But because we've got so many problems and modern day life, and most of us live in cities, and we're out of touch with our natural rhythms. Most of us have to get up with an alarm. Most of us have to send our children to school or get to work on time at specific times. The shops are only open at certain times. You can buy tomatoes in the winter. You can buy pineapples in Sweden. It's all out of touch with nature, and that's how our bodies and our minds and spirits have become so out of touch, and this disease creeps in. So both Reiki and EFT will help you to get your body and your mind and your emotions back into balance, so that they can heal themselves and be healthy and happy. So I would say that, yeah, Reiki and EFT are quite different. If you have a specific problem, such as a phobia, or if you know that you have past trauma, or you have a specific, something really specific, then EFT will be very helpful. If you have something more general, like a general malaise, so you don't really know what it is, EFT can still help, but Reiki might be more supportive. Of course, I'm all about EFT. I love EFT. I think everybody needs EFT. But the reality is that everyone needs something slightly different, and EFT isn't for everybody. So I just wanted to share a little bit about my experiences there with Reiki and EFT, and I hope you found it interesting. I'd love to hear any of your thoughts if you've experienced either one or the other. And you can get in touch with me through my website, Tap with Alice, or through Facebook, Tap with Alice as well. Thank you. Thanks for watching.